thanks to Rams Home Loans, Northern Adelaide, Lyndon's Open, the team. They'll look after you. We're back with another segment of the Feel Good Fill Up Chook. Rams Home Loans doesn't get much better, does it?
No, they're fantastic, Lyndon and the team down there, and they are offering $5,000 if you are looking to buy or building your home and looking to refinance. Contact Lyndon and the team. Google Rams Home Loans Northern Adelaide, or hit them up on Facebook through Lyndon's Oval as well. T's and C's do apply, Brad. We left that out week one,
yes.
But as with everything, there's terms and conditions.
Yeah.
But fantastic people. They love supporting the North, and you sign up with them, you pick up your own pair of slippers as well.
Not many T's and C's for that, but for the 5K, yes, you have to tick a few boxes, but beautiful mob down there. Now, Chook, we were rusty the first episode and we're rusty the first segment, and we still are now. We're still blowing the cobwebs out.
Yep.
Sometimes we've got notes prepared, sometimes we go a little bit off script, so we are going to start with an apology on behalf of the show. Last week, we better apologise to all the people rushing out there to get Rugby World Cup tickets that are in Adelaide that isn't happening. You've rolled. We were talking about Peter Malinauskas. He's doing everything, and you said he's brought the Rugby World Cup to Adelaide. I didn't think it sounded right. We'll get Jacob to roll the clip.
One I have just thought of as well, and I think is coming to Adelaide, and don't quote me on this, but I feel like there's a Rugby World Cup coming. There's some games in Adelaide as well coming out later this year. So don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty certain that that's coming as well.
But it just didn't add up there.
It didn't. I think we're just on a roll. We're going over after every sport, and the Rugby World Cup I believe is actually in France. So don't know how I got that it was at the Adelaide Oval, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, I've had a look and tried to see where we went wrong. A few things might have just been jumbling up in your brain. In August, there is some rugby in Adelaide. The Wallaroos, the women's team, are playing New Zealand, and the Wallabies, the men, are playing South Africa, but it's not the World Cup. In July as well, credit to Peter Malinauskas, I'm sure he had something to do with this, the Women's Football World Cup is coming to Australia, and there's some games in Adelaide. So you got a lot going on in your plate, Chook, and you've jumbled a few stories there, but nonetheless, he's a fantastic man. But sorry, everyone that went and got Rugby World Cup tickets that live in Adelaide. You've got a bit to travel. But an honourable mention this week, Chook, goes out to Will Schofield, West Coast footballer, retired. They're riddled with injury at the minute, Chook. I think they had 26 to pick from their AFL team. You can look at me if you like. I'll get to the punchline. You don't have to steal me thunder. Riddled with injury, and he came out of retirement to play for the Waffle team. They were down by 100 odd points. Doing it tough, the boys. They've been doing it tough, but they'll come good. And he was copping it from the crowd as well, add an insult to injury, but he's lined up at full forward, an unusual spot for him as well. They're 100 points down, but he's gone back and slotted one, given it to the opposition, given it to the crowd. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it was, and it was quite a good catch from him as well. Some nice forward craft, which didn't know Will had in him. So kudos, and great podcast, Brad.
Yes, it is. Well done, Will, on that and the podcast. And last week, Chook, our main one this week. Last week we went to South Australia. This week we're going to go across the ocean to Tasmania this week. Yep. Our attention goes there. So further development on them having their own AFL team, that just gets hairs on the back of your neck, doesn't it, Chook? That'll be beautiful. They've had 240 mil dipped in from the Oz government, 360 mil dipped in from the AFL, 375 mil from the Tasmanian government. It's all but ticked off nearly. Just the teams need to give it the all clear. How good's that? Yeah,
fantastic for footy and fantastic for Tassie. Building a 23-seat stadium, so that's all being ticked off. 23,000 stadium. So a nice boutique stadium, and it's great for Tassie. And the supporters, they want their own team, so fantastic to see.
Everyone's up and about, aren't they, Chook, about it, except James Sicily. An interesting comment from him. Hawthorn, major sponsor, Tasmania, and he said, I wouldn't be seen living down there. It's a horrible place.
Well, it's interesting when you're the skipper of a footy club that's got Tasmania pinned across your chest. Like, you can't miss it. I dare say there would have been a please explain coming to Hawthorn about that sponsorship during the week.
Yeah, hopefully that just brushes away. But
well, he had to apologise on Twitter.
Did he?
Sicily had to put out an apology. So, a little brain fade from James.
Yeah, well. But Chook, if they do need any extra help as well, we've also got some experience. Not with all those millions of dollars of assistance, we got an AFL Max team off the ground, $10 a game, and you get a free drink sometimes as well.
Yep.
And we won a premiership in the first year. So if they need any help, come our way.
Yeah, and we're both being a part of some wins at the moment. So, and won a premiership together in women's footy. So,
Yeah.
I think the resumes stack up, and hopefully we can get down to Tassie.
It's fantastic, Chook. If you need a hand, Gillen, come our way. If you need a hand for a home loan, see Rams Home Loans, and we'll be back